Adverbs often ends in ly, but some look exactly the same as their adjective counterparts. Examples are abruptly, meaning suddenly or unexpectedly, badly, continuously, which may mean without interruption or gaps, diametrically or completely opposed, exclusively, to the exclusion of others or solely, frequently, habitually or regularly, gorgeously or attractively or appealingly, and hilariously, which may mean extremely amusing. Impatiently, meaning a manner showing irritation or annoyance, joyfully, or with great pleasure and happiness. Knowingly, meaning in full awareness or deliberately. Lousily, in a poor or vile manner. Momentarily, or for very short time. Neutrally, as in impartially. Oddly means strangely or unusually. Perilously means in full danger or risk. Quickly means rapidly or at a very fast speed. Sanguinely, which means cheerfully or confidently optimistic, and tacitly, meaning impliedly understood without being directly stated. Now let us use these adverbs in sentences. 1. The World Cup match between Japan and China ended abruptly due to scuffle among players. This means that the match between Japan and China was ended unexpectedly. 2. Although he lost, the defending champion did not run badly or unsatisfactorily. 3. Their points of view are diametrically opposed. This means that their points of view are directly and completely opposed against each other. 4. The tickets were exclusively given to persons with disability. This simply means that the tickets were solely given to persons with disability. 5. The actress hilariously performed her role in the upcoming movie Blissful. The actress' performance is extremely amusing. 6. She joyfully accepted her award from the jurors. This means that the manner of acceptance of the award was filled with pleasure and happiness. 7. Momentarily, I lost my balance after I stepped on the wet pavement. This means that after I stepped on the wet pavement, I lost my balance for a very short period of time. 8. Very oddly, the queen did not invite the crown prince to the royal ball. This means that the queen's action of not inviting the crown prince to the royal ball is very unusual or strange. 9. The business tycoon is counting his profit, which he sanguinely anticipated. The profit was actually optimistically anticipated by the tycoon. 10. Judging from the witness' demeanor, she tacitly admitted her transgression. This means that by evaluating the action or demeanor of the witness, she made an implied admission of her transgression. However, there is one type of verb that doesn't mix well with adverbs. They are linking verbs such as smell, feel, sound, seem, and appear typically need adjectives, not adverbs. Most common examples of this mix-up are the following. 1. I feel badly about what happened. 2. I feel bad about what happened. Because feel is a verb, it seems to call for an adverb rather than an adjective. But feel isn't just any verb, it's a linking verb. An adverb would describe how you perform the action of feeling. An adjective describes what you feel. So I feel badly means that you are bad at feeling things. It's like if you're trying to read a letter with a very small font size, then it might make sense for you to say, I feel badly. But if you're trying to say that you are experiencing negative emotions, I feel bad is the phrase you actually want. Often, the purpose of an adverb is to add a degree of intensity to the adjective. Let's take these examples. 1. The lady is very pretty. She isn't just pretty, she is very pretty. 2. This movie is more interesting than the last one. Comparing the movie to the last one viewed, this particular movie is more interesting to watch. 3. I am incredibly happy to have you as my guest. This simply means I am extremely happy to have you as my guest. 4. The weather bulletin is almost always right. The adverb almost modifies another adverb always, and that means the weather bulletin or news is almost perfect. 5. White onion is slightly cheaper than red onion. The price difference between the white onion and the red onion is to a small degree only. 6. The food at the hotel are quite expensive. This means that the prices of foods at the hotel are to a significant extent expensive. You can use adverb to describe another adverb. In fact, you could use several if you wanted to. Example: the opera singer sings rather enormously too loudly. The problem is that it often produces weak and clunky sentences like the one given here, so be careful not to overdo it. Adverbs that can modify entire sentences are called sentence adverbs. Common ones include accordingly, generally, fortunately, and interestingly. 1. Accordingly, all letters must be addressed to me. Accordingly here has the same usage as consequently or therefore. 2. Generally, Malays are dark-skinned. This means that in most cases, without regard to particulars or exceptions, Malays are dark-skinned people. 3. Fortunately, we survived the accident. This is another way of saying luckily, we survived the accident. 4. Interestingly, the accused never said that he was innocent. This arouses curiosity or interest why the accused never said he was innocent. Like adjectives, adverbs can show degrees of comparison, although it's slightly less common to use them this way. With certain flat adverbs, or those adverbs that look exactly the same as their adjective counterparts, the comparative and superlative forms look the same as the adjective, comparative, and superlative forms. It's usually better to use stronger adverbs rather than relying on comparative and superlative adverbs. An absolute adverb describes something in its own right. To make the comparative form of an adverb that ends in ly, simply add the word more. To make the superlative form, add the word most. Let's take this example. The absolute form, she danced gracefully. By adding the word more, we form the comparative form, she danced more gracefully. By adding the word most, we form the superlative one, she danced most gracefully of them all. Placement of adverbs. Place adverbs as close as possible to the words they are supposed to modify. Putting the adverb in the wrong place can produce an awkward sentence, and it could even completely change the meaning. Be especially careful about the word only, which is one of the most often misplaced modifiers. Now let's consider the following examples. 1. Mark only fed the dog. 2. Mark fed only the dog. The first sentence means that all Mark did was to feed the dog. He didn't pet the dog or pick it up or anything else. While in the second sentence, it means that Mark fed the dog, but he didn't feed the cat, the bird, or any other animals who might have been around. So see the difference? When an adverb is modifying a verb phrase, the most natural place for the adverb is usually at the middle of the phrase. Let's consider this example. We are quickly approaching the new year. The adverb quickly was placed at the middle of the phrase, we are approaching the new year. When to avoid adverbs. Ernest Hemingway is often held up as an example of a great writer who detested adverbs and advised other writers to avoid them. But in reality, it's impossible to avoid adverbs altogether. The trick is to avoid unnecessary adverbs. So when your verb or adjective doesn't seem powerful or precise enough, instead of reaching for an adverb to add more color, try reaching for a stronger verb or adjective instead. Most of the time, you'll come up with a better word and your writing will be stronger for it. That's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to share this video. I hope you will learn something. Thank you very much and God bless us all.